All right, let's tackle one of life's biggest puzzles, shall we? Motivation. Today, we're going to break down exactly why you get stuck, and more importantly, how you can tap into this incredible drive that, believe it or not, is already inside you, just waiting to be unlocked.
So let's start with a feeling I think we all know way too well. It's that frustrating gap, right? The one between what you want to do and what you actually end up doing. Someone says, just do it, but it just doesn't work. So what's going on there?
Well, here's the secret. It's not about trying to find more willpower. It's not about forcing yourself. It's because you're fighting the completely wrong battle. See, the real fight isn't against some kind of laziness. It's about getting your mind, your biology, and your emotions to finally work together. Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the trap everyone falls into, look at the neuroscience of it all, dig into the stories we tell ourselves, find out what really drives us, and then, of course, build a practical toolkit you can use like today. Let's do this.
First things first, we have got to redefine the problem. That feeling of being totally stuck, it is not a character flaw. It's not you being lazy. All it means is that your motivation is blocked. That's it.
So what is blocked motivation? Well, it's not that you don't want to do things. The desire is there. It's more like a traffic jam in your head. All these unresolved tasks, these half-finished projects, all this emotional clutter, it's just draining your battery and causing total gridlock. And I love this idea of a karmic tie. Think about it. Every single thing you've left undone is like an open app on your phone. It's just sitting there in the background, constantly sipping away at your mental energy, holding your focus hostage.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of how this blockage actually plays out inside your head. Because what's really happening is a kind of civil war inside your brain between two totally different systems.
So you've got these two competing circuits. The intrinsic one is your self-starter. It runs on curiosity and genuine interest. The extrinsic one is the taskmaster. It's all about rewards and deadlines. Now here's the kicker. Most of our productivity hacks beef up the taskmaster, which actually weakens your self-starter over time. It makes you less able to motivate yourself in the long run.
And this right here explains exactly why you feel paralyzed. Your working memory is like the countertop in your kitchen. It only has so much space. When you try to pile on the desire to go to the gym, and a craving for pizza, and that deadline that's breathing down your neck, well, the countertop gets overloaded and your brain just shuts down. It's paralysis.
Now, if the brain science is the hardware, this next part is the software. And honestly, it's even more powerful, because the story you tell yourself literally creates your reality when it comes to motivation.
I want you to really let this sink in. Those beliefs you have, I'm just a procrastinator, or I'm terrible with deadlines. They feel like facts, but they're not. They are just stories. And the beautiful thing about stories is you can rewrite them.
There's this ancient concept called perceptual coloring, and it perfectly explains why we struggle. We almost never react to reality as it is. No, we react to the emotional story, the coloring that we've painted all over it. And that story is what kills our drive.
Let's make this super clear. Look at these examples. The fact is just the fact. It's totally neutral. But the story is jam-packed with emotion and catastrophizing. The single most important skill you can learn is to see the space between the two. That is where you take your power back.
Okay, so what happens when we strip away all the blockages, all the mental clutter, and all the negative stories? What's left at the very core? Well, it turns out there are three universal needs that are the engine for everything we do. You got autonomy, the need for choice, competence, the need to feel like you're good at stuff, and connection, the need to feel like you belong. According to self-determination theory, when these three needs are met, motivation just flows. It's natural. When they're not met, that's when we feel stuck. It's that simple.
Now, we all live somewhere on this spectrum, and we bounce around all the time. The goal isn't to be 100% intrinsic, because that's not realistic. The goal is to notice where you are and to consciously try to shift, to move from being pushed by guilt and pressure to being pulled by your own genuine curiosity and values.
All right, we've covered a lot of the why. Now for the fun part, the how. Let's build a smarter toolkit. These aren't just random hacks. These are practical strategies designed to work with your brain, not against it. So when you feel that procrastination creeping in, here's what you do. First, don't go for the hardest thing. Just pick the next best thing, a smaller, easier task to build momentum. Second, chunk it down. Break that monster project into small, meaningful daily goals. And third, if you are absolutely gridlocked, use the doorway effect. Just get up and walk into another room. It literally helps reset your brain's countertop.
And what about building that long-term internal drive? Well, this is how you strengthen that self-starter muscle. Actively create choices for yourself that feeds your need for autonomy. Play out the consequences in your head, and the big one, take ownership of the results. This whole process trains your brain to find motivation from within. Okay, let's bring this all home. If you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this final reframe. This is the big mental shift that truly changes the entire game.
The whole journey starts when you stop trying to brute force your way through things with willpower, and instead, just start paying attention. Get curious. What's really going on inside? What's the blockage? What's the story I'm telling myself right now?
And that leads to this. Your job is not to create motivation out of thin air. It's already there. Your job is to become a plumber. Find the clog, find the blockage, and remove it so that motivation can flow naturally again.
And this is the ultimate goal. Stop chasing a million different life hacks. Instead, put all your energy into alignment. Getting your brain's wiring, your personal story, and your core human needs all pointing in the same direction. When you get those three things in sync, action doesn't feel like a chore. It feels effortless.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question to really think about. What's that one unresolved thing for you? That one email you need to send, that one conversation you need to have, that one karmic tie that's holding your motivation hostage. Because I guarantee you, finding and finally resolving that one thing might just be the key that unlocks everything else.